Greetings, the Steelers fans. In today's video, I bring you lots of exciting updates, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Today, I'm excited to present the 8th version of our Steelers mock draft, which has been an interesting journey throughout the draft season. This is our 8th simulation so far. Next week, I'll be releasing another one, which will be my final version. We are less than a week away from the NFL draft, and time has flown by. It's been so much fun up until now. But I can assure you that with the arrival of draft week, the emotions will ramp up considerably. If you haven't already, make sure to follow our detailed coverage of NFL draft week. We'll be providing analysis of each pick, and we'll be live for every selection. Additionally, we'll also make note videos at the end and address undrafted free agents the next day. There's great content coming this week. As many of you know, if you've been following this series during the NFL offseason, one of my rules is not to repeat picks from previous mock drafts. This is to showcase as many draft targets for the Steelers as possible. This way, I get to discuss a wider variety of players that I like, in addition to those I believe Steelers fans should know. It makes things more interesting since I'm not repeating the same players every week. I'm starting to run out of options since I've already covered many players that I truly like, but I believe I still have a solid list. So hold on tight, because we're about to make the first pick at position 21. I'm getting a call from the Detroit Lions, who want to move up to this position to select the edge rusher they prefer to pair with Aiden Hutchinson. And they're offering, I've gathered a pretty impressive list here, so please bear with me. We're about to make the initial selection at position 21, and I'm receiving a call from the Detroit Lions, who want to move up to secure the edge rusher they wish to complement Aiden Hutchinson. They're proposing a trade that involves dropping from the 21st spot to the 28th, but in return, we would receive their second-round pick, which is 60, and their third-round pick, which is 104. However, we would also need to include our own third-round pick this year, which is 83. I'm inclined to accept this trade because it guarantees an additional pick on the second day, while still allowing us to choose a player in the second round. Dropping a few spots still gives the Steelers a chance to acquire the desired player at position 28. With this pick, I'll have the Steelers select Trayvon Henderson, a running back from Ohio State. Personally, this isn't my first choice. My favorites are outlined in mocks 1 through 7, but the reason for including Henderson in the first round this week is to make sure no one is surprised if this happens. He has the trifecta of interest, as the Steelers management attended his pro day, including Tomlin and Khan, in addition to a formal visit to the Combine and another between the top 30. There's considerable interest in Trayvon Henderson. Looking at the scouting report, he has world-class acceleration and long speed, making him an explosive threat. He stands out in pass protection, is a solid receiving option, and has excellent ball security, not registering a fumble last year at Ohio State. His profile is full of positives and presents incredible potential because of that. However, there are concerns regarding his vision, which raises doubts about how he would fit into a scheme focused on outside runs like the Steelers. He'll need to identify cutback lanes, a skill Jaylen Warren executes exceptionally well, while Henderson struggles with. Furthermore, Ohio State recruited Quinshon Judkins to take over as their #1 running back last year, which is another red flag. A player as explosive as Henderson being replaced raises questions about his overall position. An athlete isn't simply traded. And that's why Ohio State brought in Quinshon Judkins the previous year, aiming to consolidate him as their lead running back. This raises some concerns in my mind. An explosive talent like Henderson was basically phased out, with the coaching staff deciding they couldn't make him their starting running back, opting for Judkins and relegating Henderson to a third down running back role. What I perceive is that if the Steelers select Henderson in the first round, Warren will likely be the primary running back, while Henderson could act as an efficient back for those specific situations. This strategy would allow the Steelers to maintain an explosive presence on the field consistently, something they struggled with in past seasons with Najee Harris, and this could undoubtedly present a threat. Furthermore, if Henderson improves his field vision, I believe he has the potential to emerge as one of the top running backs in the NFL. His performance ceiling is truly high. I also consider his base to be quite promising, as he's likely to become a very effective third down back at the very least. The running back position is of great importance to the Pittsburgh Steelers, so they've conducted a detailed analysis of Omar Hampton from North Carolina and Trayvon Henderson from Ohio State. My suggestion is that I'm not claiming this is a certainty, but I wouldn't be surprised if the team opts to pick a running back in the first round this year. Would you view a trade scenario and the selection of Trayvon Henderson in the first round positively? Please leave your opinion in the comments about this matter. A commercial break will be inserted soon, so when it happens, take the chance to leave your response there. Move into the second round. I'm interested in adding an offensive weapon to this team. Savon Williams from TCU. I believe Williams doesn't stand out as a route runner. I hesitate to consider him strictly a wide receiver, as he doesn't fit the traditional profile. His route running technique needs improvement, which would require attention from the Steelers' coaching staff. However, he's extremely dynamic in the open field. As soon as the ball is in his hands, he can be used effectively in various roles, whether as a moving player or in plays like orbit motions and jet sweeps. He has a unique combination of size and explosion with the ball. Additionally, I see potential for him to play as a more robust running back in short yardage and critical moments, especially considering that Trayvon Henderson and Jaylen Warren, the current running backs, are smaller. Savon Williams could even be useful in wildcat formations, given his experience as a high school quarterback. TCU's offense succeeded when implementing a wildcat package with Savon. If the offensive coordinator wants to be innovative, as we know he does, Savon could become a valuable asset as a bigger threat for yards after the reception on crossing, routes and deep plays, promoting open field plays. I'm confident he could be utilized effectively in this offensive scheme to ensure success at the professional level. Adding this versatile offensive weapon to the Pittsburgh Steelers roster, along with players like George Pickens and DK Metcalf, both larger wide receivers, would result in a diversified receiving group. Furthermore, including athletes like Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson, who are smaller, would expand the range of skills. This gives the team a well-balanced receiving core, allowing Savon to also act as a running back or quarterback in wildcat formations, executing plays similar to those used with Justin Fields. Selecting a player with this potential would certainly enrich the playbook. Although I haven't included him in previous drafts, I'll make his selection in the second round. Moving on to the third round with the pick acquired from the Detroit Lions, I opt for Kyle McCord, a quarterback from Syracuse. Until now, I hadn't included Kyle in any of my mock drafts for the Steelers this offseason. Recently, information surfaced indicating that McCord is confident about his prospects. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a move that's sending shockwaves through the NFL landscape, Trevor Lawrence has reportedly agreed to join the Pittsburgh Steelers. The former #1 overall pick, widely regarded as one of the league's most promising young quarterbacks, appears ready to start a new chapter in one of football's most storied franchises. While the details of the agreement have yet to be officially confirmed, sources close to the negotiations suggest that Lawrence is enthusiastic about the opportunity to wear the black and gold. After spending the early years of his career with the Jacksonville Jaguars, where he showed flashes of brilliance despite some inconsistency in the team's overall performance, Lawrence seems eager to embrace a fresh environment. Pittsburgh offers a stable organization, a passionate fan base, and a legacy of defensive toughness that could complement his style of play. The Steelers, who have struggled to find long-term consistency at the quarterback position since the retirement of Ben Roethlisberger, may have finally found their answer. The addition of Lawrence would immediately change the outlook for the Steelers' offense. With a talented receiving core, a solid offensive line, and a coaching staff that knows how to develop young talent, the conditions are ripe for Lawrence to take the next step in his career. His decision to say yes to Pittsburgh could also signal the beginning of a new competitive era for the AFC North, a division already loaded with quarterback talent. As fans react to the surprising news, excitement is building in Pittsburgh. For The Steelers, this could be the kind of bold move that reignites their Super Bowl aspirations. And for Lawrence, it's a chance to prove that he can thrive under the bright lights and intense pressure of one of the NFL's most iconic teams. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.